Yes, guys, yes, people, welcome back to my YouTube channel and welcome to another video. I hope you guys are doing well today. This video is going to be my match preview for West Ham United versus Chelsea that will be kicking off tomorrow afternoon at 4:30 p.m. kickoff UK time at the London Stadium. So we played at home last Sunday. Now we're playing away from home against West Ham United, and both teams drew their opening game of the season. But West Ham drew 1-1 against Bournemouth. Chelsea drew 1-1 against Liverpool. In that game, you probably must say that that game between Bournemouth and West Ham should end in a draw because both teams have better chances. You know, there was no goals in the second half, but there was two goals in the no, there was no goals in the first half, but there was two goals in the second half, and both teams had the same amount of chances. So that game, that deserved to be a draw. Whereas for the Chelsea Liverpool game, I think Chelsea should have won. We should have beaten Liverpool because like I said before, we've drawn seven times. Seven times. Like that neither team could doesn't want to doesn't want a team to beat each other. So I hope when we go to Anfield that Chelsea can break that curse. Otherwise, I see this being a draw again. But in that game, we should have won. Yes, Liverpool should have had the penalty. But if you look at the stats here, Liverpool already had one shot on target, and that was their goal. Whereas for Chelsea, we had only four, and one of them was a goal. So Chelsea should have won that game. You know, Nicholas Jackson had that chance. Mudryk had the chance at the end. And Ben Chilwell's shot was saved. We should have a chance to easily beat Liverpool in the opening game, but we didn't. But the next seven games, up until let me just have a look. The next seven fixtures are pretty easy ones, and for the next seven games, I expect Chelsea to at least get 21 points, or maybe even close to that. But my expectation for Chelsea is that if you want to at least challenge for the title, because we're nearly about to spend over £1 billion since Top Body took over, then we should be challenging for the title. So no, that's not it. So the next season we should win it. So Chelsea's next seven games are like this. We got West Ham away, then we got Luton Town at home after that, then we got Nottingham Forest at home, and then we got Bournemouth away. As Villa ain't gonna be that easy. Fulham away from home, and Burnley at home. So I think that's seven, isn't it? One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. Yes, before the Arsenal game, we've got seven easy fixtures. So we basically need to win them. The one that's going to be difficult in the next seven games is against Aston Villa, but the game against Bournemouth, Burnley, Nottingham Forest, Luton Town, West Ham, we should be beating them. If we can if we can at least get a draw, perhaps a win against Aston Villa, then that would be good. But for the rest of those games, for the Arsenal game on the 21st of October, we need to get that win. So today's the day that we start getting the 3 points, and we'll continue on before we face Arsenal. That's going to be a really tough game. So but that's like 2 months from that. So there we go. All right. I'm going to talk about the opposition first before I talk about Chelsea. Now, of course, West Ham was about to sign Harry Maguire from from Manchester United, but it looks like that deal has collapsed. Harry Maguire was attempted to go to West Ham and sign the documents, but that didn't happen. It looks like Harry Maguire is staying for Manchester United. So if you're a Manchester United fan, then I know you'd be very, very angry and disappointed to see the Glazers you're allowing Harry Maguire to stay. Because if I was West Ham, maybe he could fit into David Moyes' system, and maybe he could be the England player. Because when he plays for England, he looks good. But when he plays for Manchester United, he looks terrible at the back. Absolutely terrible. So him going to West Ham United could be a good idea, but it looks like that's not going to happen. So Harry Maguire is going to stay as a Manchester United player this season. They signed James Ward-Prowse from Southampton. That's from Championship to the Premier League. So James Ward-Prowse will be happy. And I think that's a really good signing for West Ham because when it comes to free kicks, James Ward-Prowse can deliver. Yes, he can miss some, but he knows how to take free kicks and put them on target. And he's this closer to actually beating David Beckham in the Premier League. So I think West Ham signing James Ward-Prowse as a free kick specialist is a good idea because when teams foul the West Ham players, they need to get worried. So in order for James Ward-Prowse not to score against Chelsea, we need to make sure that we don't concede free kicks from the edge of the box. We need to not do that because if we do that, James Ward-Prowse is going to take it and he's more likely to score. Look at the game against West Ham. Southampton last season. We conceded a goal. I think, as per the Quetta conceded a free kick. Then boom, James Ward-Prowse scored in the 45th minute mark on the stroke of half time. So if Chelsea don't win, James Ward-Prowse to score against us once again from a free kick, we don't need to make challenges like that. We really don't. So for the game against West Ham, just allow them to, if they counter attack, you just allow them. Do not make silly fouls, otherwise, you're most likely to either get booked or sent off. So, Chelsea players, if you're watching this right now, if West Ham on the counter attack, just allow that to happen. And let's hope the defense can do their job and also Robert Sanchez too. So thank goodness Aspilicueta is out, but any of our defense or midfielders do not make silly challenges near the edge of the penalty area. Otherwise, we're in serious trouble. I could see that happening, but for this game Sunday, if you want to at least be like finishing the top four, because many people saying that we should, then we need to win the next 7 games. We need to do that. 21 points before the Arsenal game is exactly what I need. So this is the game where that we need to start getting wins. So there we go. Of course, Manchester City are trying to sign Puskas from West Ham United. I'm not sure what's happening, but it looks like the deal is done and is very close to signing for Manchester City. So, and it looks like to me that deal has been collapsed. So I'm not sure what's going to happen to Puskas for West Ham, but we'll have to wait and see because it's only like 2 weeks to go until the transfer window ends. Just 2 weeks ago, so they need to sort this thing out. So there we go. So that is all the West Ham news. Of course, João Boni is available, Mikel Antonio is available, Danny Ings and all that stuff. So yeah, they're going to cause us a threat. But listen, we got pretty good defense, the likes of Thiago Silva, Levi Cole, all of these defenders that know what to do. So I think hopefully that they can handle Mikel Antonio, João Boni and all that stuff. So there we go. Right, let's move on into Chelsea because boy, oh boy, I didn't expect this to happen. I've got bad news and then I'm going to turn it into a bit of a positive. And it's all because of Recce James. Now, Recce James picked up a hamstring injury in training, which I think it was 2 days ago. So, honestly, I mean, he was the captain for the first time ever, but people have been saying, but people were right. Like, if he's the captain, would he able to stay fit? And the answer is no. So I think my friends were right. Maybe I think we seem to deserve it, but maybe I should be worried like they should. So maybe I got that one wrong. Maybe I would have given it to Thiago Silva because Thiago Silva isn't an injury prone and he's been one of our best centre backs ever since he signed on a free, which is 3 years ago in 2020. So maybe I've given it to Thiago Silva. So, but the good, so yeah, Recce James will be has a hamstring injury, but I've got some good news. Instead of being a few months, which I told you yesterday, the news after I finished recording my predictions, it looks like it's going to be likely be out for weeks. So thank goodness that it's not going to be for months; it's going to be for weeks. I'm not sure how many weeks is it for him to get better, but it looks like it's a bad injury, but it looks like it's not a serious one. So thank goodness for that one. So there we go. But I know he will not be available for the game against West Ham, which is the same because he was really good against Liverpool as a captain. Really, really good. Causing Liverpool some threats, putting some brilliant crosses in. I didn't see Trent Alexander-Arnold do that after 30 minutes. So there we go. But he's a massive, massive miss. But Guess what? We've got Malo Gusto that we signed from Lyon, and in pre-season he looked really good. The game against Brighton, he was pocket. Yeah, before in the first half he looked a bit shaky, but in the second half he absolutely pocketed Militalio from on the left hand side. He absolutely pocketed him. So that's why I feel like Malo Gusto is going to be a great addition as a backup for Recce James. So if he could do that in pre-season, I hope he does the same thing again against West Ham because, like I said, this game is not going to be that easy, but it shouldn't be for Chelsea because our record is not great. We always seem to struggle against West Ham at the London Stadium. We always seem to do that. Always seem to do that. I want Chelsea. So I need so Chelsea need to make sure, yeah, that we break that bad record because, like I said, the last time we won against West Ham was 2 years ago at the London Stadium when it was 1-0 and there was no fans. So we need to make sure that our record at the London Stadium ends in and will break the curse and it will just end in the win for once. That is exactly what I want to see tomorrow afternoon. If we don't beat West Ham, then I'm going to be worried. Because we didn't spend this money get back to trophy, maybe perhaps even the mid-table. We spent this 1 year to be winning trophies and to at least try to and at least be be in the top four. So the only way for that to happen is that we need to beat West Ham this Sunday. And then after that, Luton, Bournemouth, Burnley, Villa, all of these games we basically need to win. If we can get 21 points before the Arsenal game in 2 months' time, then that would be great. So that is all I've got to say on that one. So there we go. Of course, Madueke, of course, I'm not sure what's happening to Madueke, but let me just read you because Mauricio Pochettino said this yesterday. On Madueke later in injury news if he's going to be available. So yeah, let's have a look. Yeah, James. He's going to be okay. Okay, so it looks like Madueke, it looks like he's a bit better. I think he's going to be on the bench for this one. He's going to be involved in the West Ham game, but I don't think he'll start. But he will be on the bench for this one. So that's good for Madueke because I'm thinking to myself, where is he? He hasn't played in pre-season. He hasn't played in the Liverpool game. I hope he's alright. But it looks like that sickness and everything about that for him, he's feeling a lot better. And yeah, so he will be involved in the West Ham game, but I don't think he will start. So that is going to be the plan for Pochettino. Is there anything? Yeah. One more thing before I move on into my predictions. I like to say, Mauricio Pochettino is looking like the same thing as sorry, who was it, Thomas Tuchel, because when Thomas Tuchel came to the press conference he showed fight, he showed passion, even in tough games he will say we're not good enough, yeah. And guess what? He always says when he first did that press conference, he said when big teams face against us, we're gonna make it difficult for them, and that's exactly what happened. Yes, he got sacked, but I still think he should have given that chance. And when Thomas Tuchel said that, teams like Man City in his first season beat them 3 times. Manchester United drew. Of course, we lost to Arsenal, but guess what? We beat Real Madrid, we beat Porto, we beat Atletico Madrid. When he said that, all of it came true. And when we sacked him, I was disappointed. When Graham Potter did his press conference, I thought his press conference was all right, but then after that, it just turned into a bit of annoying, angry, and all that stuff. Because usually his press conference on his interview he says the boys gave it all. We deserve to win that game. He like that mentality from Graham Potter was worse than Thomas Tuchel, or maybe even worse than Antonio Conte. And that's why Graham Potter, for me, yeah, has got to be one of the worst managers in Chelsea's history. Yes, you can add in Frank Lampard, but to me, Graham Potter is worse. Um, Frank Lampard was the caretaker manager, whereas with Graham Potter was the permanent manager. So there we go. When he says all of these things, that's where you can see us losing games because his mentality is just dumb. It's just stupid. It's just annoying. But we look at Mauricio Pochettino. Look at what he's. When I saw this on Instagram, I had to say this mentality is exactly what we need as and for Chelsea. Because I'm going to give you what he said, and just like there was a lot of words, but I'm going to give you the best one. He said in I quote, "If the players here um are not good enough for Chelsea, and they don't care about Chelsea, and they don't to be playing for Chelsea." You know where the door is. Leave. Because I want to have players here who care for the badge, who care for the fans, who care about me, than players that don't care. And when I saw that on Instagram earlier today, or maybe yesterday, I had to put in the comments and I had to clap. And I said, this is the kind of mentality I want to see, that winning mentality. Because if Pochettino could have gone to Chelsea after Thomas Tuchel got sacked, then I believe he would have done better than Graham Potter, 100%. So big up Mauricio Pochettino because that's the kind of mentality I want to see and hear. If the players don't care, they can leave. They can leave. Simple as that. And he said exactly the same thing I did last season. That if the players don't care for Chelsea, why are they still at the club? Why are they still wearing for the badge? They don't care, so they should leave. That's exactly what I said last season, and I'm so glad that Pochettino said it in his press conference yesterday. So big up Pochettino, man. If he continues to be like this, then maybe he could be the guy to take us forward. Yes, if people are saying, "Oh, if he doesn't win a trophy, he should get sacked." No, listen. If he takes us to the top four, then and that's win a trophy. For me, I still want him to stay because I want Chelsea to do what Arsenal did, which give managers time, give these players time, and let's see how they will do next season. If Chelsea don't win a trophy and at least challenge for the title, then yes, he should be sacked. But this season, my expectation for me is to finish in fifth place and possibly win a trophy. If we finish in fifth place and don't win a trophy, then I'll still stick with him. If Pochettino doesn't win a trophy, but sorry, doesn't finish in that would be bad if Pochettino wins a trophy but don't make the Chelsea finish in fifth. But if Pochettino could win those things, then that would be great. So that's my expectation. Chelsea to finish in fifth and win a trophy. Because many people will be laughing at me saying you cannot say you can finish fifth. You have to at least be near to the top three. I'm thinking to myself, so do you expect Chelsea to finish above Newcastle and potentially Manchester United and Liverpool? I don't think so. The teams that finished in the top four last season is going to be the exact same team that will finish in the top four this season. That's why Chelsea to finish in fifth. If Chelsea want to finish in the top three, like I said, the next 7 games we need to beat. The next 7 games we need to get 21 points if we have a standard chance here to finish in the top three. If we lose one and draw a couple and then win like 2 or 3, then you'll understand why I predicted Chelsea finishing fifth. So there we go. But yeah, Pochettino looks like he could be the right guy for us. That mentality for him was great. I love the way he said that. You don't care about Chelsea, you know where the door is. Leave. Because I'm not going to spend my time picking some players that cares about Chelsea but don't to play for the club and doesn't care about the fans. That's exactly what I wanted to hear from Pochettino. So big up to him, right mentality for him. So there we go. And in other news, Lewis Hall is looking like he's going to be a Newcastle player. Now, when I heard that news, I was so heartbroken yesterday, truly heartbroken, because for me, I want Lewis Hall to stay. Yes, I know he's not going to get game time, but I want Lewis Hall to stay because he's a really good player for Chelsea. His best position is a left wing back when we play a back three. So him going to Newcastle is going to really hurt me. When I first looked at it, it looks like he's on a loan deal, but after that, he could potentially be permanent. So I really am disappointed that Chelsea sold Lewis Hall to Newcastle. So Lewis Hall, all I can say, good luck in Newcastle. You win the Champions League, so congratulations and good luck to you. But for me, I wanted him to stay for Chelsea. I really, really do. So I'm very disappointed that Chelsea have accepted Newcastle's bid for Lewis Hall, and he's going to be a new player for them next season. I'm worried that Lewis Hall will get some game time, and he will probably be Newcastle's best player. So yeah, I'm disappointed that Lewis Hall is going to Newcastle. So that's the other news I've been hearing yesterday. So I'm really very disappointed that Lewis Hall is going to Newcastle. So yeah, there we go. So bad news. So Lewis Hall, all the best for Newcastle, and hopefully you can be back for Chelsea next season. So yeah, really I'm disappointed, man. So there we go. Alright guys, so that is all the latest news from Chelsea versus West Ham. Now it's time for me to do my predicted lineup for tomorrow's game. Alright, so without further ado, let's start with the goalkeeper, and I'm gonna put in Robert Sanchez. Oh sorry, let me just quickly do this because yeah, let me just quickly do this because I forgot to do this earlier today. Oh yeah, So, sorry guys, so I'm going to try this again. Without further ado, let's go in my predicted lineup for tomorrow's game. Right, so here it is. So in goal, I've got Robert Sanchez because he made some he in the air he was really good against Liverpool. Yes, he did have a bit of shaky moments, and the goal I don't think that was his fault because that was really nice play from Liverpool because but then after that he pretty didn't have much to do. He made some good saves, but it looks like he didn't have much to do. So I think I'm not convinced about Robert Sanchez, but hopefully he proves me wrong. I hope when James Ward-Prowse makes the takes the free kick, I really hope that Robert Sanchez can make a save because we need to see if Robert Sanchez can save from long range shots because Kepa cannot do that. Mendy can, but the only mistakes that he made was passing into the opposition. So I really hope Robert Sanchez will be a really good goalkeeper and he can be better than Mendy and more better than Kepa. So there we go. So yeah, Robert Sanchez starts in goal. The back four, I'm gonna make one change. Like I said, Recce James will not be available against West Ham, so I'm gonna go for Malo Gusto as right back because, like I said, in pre-season he looked really good, and I'm so glad we signed him from Lyon. So let's see how he can handle West Ham on the attack on the left hand side. So Malo Gusto for me will start as right back. Of course, I didn't put Desari there because he looked a bit shaky, but then after that, he looked good. But I think for me, there's two centre backs for me. It's got to be Thiago Silva and Cowell because these two, yeah, do very, very well defensively. So yeah, and plus, and Cowell looked really good in pre-season. So that's why I was so surprised not to see Cowell started the game against Liverpool. But hopefully we'll get a start against the West Ham. And as left back, of course, Ben Chilwell started off a bit shaky, but then after that he looked a bit threatening. Scored, he was offside. He was causing Liverpool some problems over on the right hand side. So yeah, Ben Chilwell for me will start as left back. Then the midfield two, I've gone for Conor Gallagher and Enzo Fernandez. Now, the reason why I didn't put in Santos is because I'm not sure if he's going to be getting his debut against West Ham. Hopefully he does. But for me, I feel like he will put Conor Gallagher alongside Enzo Fernandez like he did the game against Liverpool. I have to tell you, Conor Gallagher really, really impressed me in the game against Liverpool in the second half, of course. In the first half, he looked shocking, and I wanted to take him off. But in the second half, he made some tackles, he made some interceptions, and he recovered the ball so many times. And I read the stat there that no player has ever done that other than Conor Gallagher, which is 13 times. So that is great. So if Conor Gallagher keeps this up, maybe I'll give him a chance to stay for Chelsea next season because that performance was really good. And I can't remember the last time I've ever seen Conor Gallagher having a great performance. I can't remember. So if he could do that for Liverpool, hopefully he could do that again against West Ham. So yeah, be a Conor Gallagher. So I'll give him a start to the game against West Ham. Also alongside Enzo Fernandez, who I thought looked really good. That's why we paid him that amount of money. Yes, he's not that type of player, but for me, but we need to sign a midfielder here who knows how to pass, who knows how to make some brilliant crosses and all that stuff, and that's what Enzo Fernandez did in the game against Liverpool last weekend. So yeah, so Conor Gallagher and Enzo Fernandez are my two pivots, hopefully I want Pochettino to go for a back four instead of a back three because the first half we won that great, but after that, in the second half we looked really good. So I think a back four for me against West Ham will do the job done. So yeah, that's why I'm going to go for 4-2-3-1. While we move on into attacking midfielders, on the left hand side, I'm going to put in McCallum Mudryk. I thought when he came on, he did have that chance, and if Pochettino would have brought him on earlier, maybe he could have won this game. But listen, I think McCallum Mudryk. For me, yes, he may not score or get an assist, but listen, he's a really fast player. That's why they call McCallum Mudryk Ukraine Bolt. You know what I mean? Because he can run faster on the pitch over the left hand side. And I know that Pochettino does want to start Mudryk, but look, you started him in pre-season. You brought him on, and look what he can do. He could do far better than Sterling, which is go past players, take players on, run faster, and he will be a great decision when Chelsea on their counter attack. So that's why I hope McCallum Mudryk starts the game tomorrow. But I doubt that he's not going to happen. He's going to put Sterling. On the left hand side. But for me, I want McCallum Mudryk to start. The number 10, of course, Carly Chukwuemeka, since, like I said, Christopher Nkunku will be out for 10 months. So Carly Chukwuemeka is the number 10. On the right hand side, of course, like I said, Noni Madueke will be on the bench. He will not be starting, but he is available, but he'll be on the bench. So I think so that's why I put in Ian Matson, because like I said, so excuse me, because like I said, Ian Matson can play well, either as a defense or the attack. He could play as a left back, as a left winger, and as a right winger. You know, I didn't expect him to play as a right winger in pre-season, but he looked absolutely good. He could do well in three positions. So that's why I think for me, I'll put Ian Matson there because Sterling did have a good game, but he still wasn't that type of player that he was for Manchester City. So I think Sterling should be on the bench. I put Ian Maddison to start on the right. The last and not least, Nicholas Jackson. Yes, he had the chance to score and he didn't. But like I said, his pressing, his time on the ball, he doesn't, was good. He's never offside. And the best thing is, he doesn't lose the ball. Yeah, Nicholas Jackson, yeah, will do a far better as a number 9 than Kai Havertz did whenever we signed him. So that's why I'm so glad we signed Nicholas Jackson because I don't know who he is, but it looks like he made the right decision. Like I said, I don't think he'll score more than 20 goals this season, which the Chelsea fans want. But my expectation for him is to at least score 10 to 15 goals. If he can score more than 20 goals, then that would be great. But I don't think that's going to happen. Between 10 or 15 goals, then that would be great for Nicholas Jackson because we have a striker issue here at Chelsea Football Club. The only two strikers that did well for Chelsea is Didier Drogba and Diego Costa. So after that, he has been just quiet. So I hope Nicholas Jackson can be the real deal and just do and continues what he did against Liverpool and in pre-season, which is bully West Ham's defense, take players on and then try to shoot. So that's what I hope Nicholas Jackson will do against West Ham. So that's what I'm wanting to see. So he's a good player. When it comes to chances, he needs to put it in the back of the net. It's as simple as that. So hopefully Nicholas Jackson will score against West Ham United tomorrow afternoon. Right, that is all for my Premier predictions. Now it's time. Sorry, that's my predicting lineup. Now let me give you my predictions for tomorrow's game. Right, so as you saw me doing my predictions yesterday, I've gone for 2-1 Chelsea. I'm going to still stick by it because, yeah, like I said, going to the London Stadium ain't that easy. And our bad record days is not good enough. But listen, I thought we looked good against Liverpool. We should have won that game. And if we can put in that same performance as we did against Liverpool in the second half, then I think we'll win. But listen, I feel like we will concede. I think James will post will score because I see he's conceding a free kick and James will post will score. But I feel like I still think our defense will look good. The midfield will look good. The only problem is up front because like I said, we had bare chance to beat Liverpool and we didn't. So hopefully, when we take those chances against West Ham, we have to score. Like if the player has a chance to score, then put in the back of the net. Simple as that. Either go past the keeper, lob it, or just try and shoot. Don't take too long on the ball. Just don't. Just try and shoot. So if we can do that, then I think we'll beat West Ham. But if the attack is just like last season, then I'm worried. I really am worried. So we need to make sure that we put in a good performance against West Ham and beat them this Sunday. And that's the first out of 7 games here that we need to beat them. You know, that tomorrow is the start to get the 3 points. Then after that, get another 3 points until the game against Arsenal 2 months from today. So there we go. Right, guys, so that is the end of this match preview for West Ham United versus Chelsea. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget, tomorrow I'll be doing a live watch on for that one, so make sure you guys check that out. And yeah, so that will be after the Lionesses versus Spain game, which kicks off tomorrow at 11 a.m., which is less than 24 hours as I'm recording this right now. So there we go. So good luck to the Lionesses. Hopefully you can bring that trophy home, and I'll be supporting you tomorrow when I'm doing a live stream. So yeah, after that West Ham versus Chelsea game next up. So there we go. Right, guys, that is it. Don't forget, if you are new, click the subscribe button below, smash a like if you enjoyed this video and the other ones I've done so far. Make sure you hit the bell notification so that I never miss out of my YouTube content, and let me know in the comments down below what's your predicted lineup. Who do you want to see? Who do you want Chelsea players to start, and what's your predictions for tomorrow's game, and how confident you are. Are you feeling nervous or super confident that we can finally beat West Ham at the London Stadium, which we haven't done since our record days just terrible? So let me know in the comments down below. So yeah, right, guys, I'm Ashoki Foyama. I'm signing out, and I'll see you guys very, very soon. Take care and God bless.